All right, we are live. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Onfleet Town Hall. What we're going to do today is we are going to introduce you to this fantastic new app that we have that many of you are somewhat familiar with, some of you not so much, but that's okay. That's what today is for. This is not going to be a full-on training. What we're really doing in these town halls is we're having some conversation. We're going to get some really wonderful and valuable questions from all of you because we are putting together a great frequently asked questions document that we can send out to everyone along with some other wonderful training materials. So our very own Colin will be starring in an upcoming training video for you for Onfleet, which is going to really break it down for you and show you exactly how to use the app in action. We're going to film him out on a delivery, so that'll be fun. So today, we just want to introduce Onfleet to all of you and allow time and space to go ahead and ask those questions. But before we do that, we want to take an opportunity to go ahead and get grounded in our mission and our values, because as we know at Open Arms, everything comes back to our mission. By providing food as medicine, we nourish our clients and build community. And this is a way that we are really going to be able to serve our clients even better and also serve all of you, allow you all to enhance your experience, really. If you take a look at our values, you'll note that one of them is innovation. And that is something that we are really, really proud of. You've seen some changes come along, like our culturally specific meal programs and other things that we're doing to really lead the charge in this food as medicine realm. And one of those is how we can really utilize some great technology that's going to benefit us in many ways. So how is it going to benefit us and why Onfleet, right? So what Onfleet is, if you want to go ahead and pop, there we go. This is obviously an app. We've mentioned this, so you're going to have an app downloaded on your phone. And what are some of those major perks? Well, first things first, this is really going to help us be HIPAA compliant. As we know, we're dealing with a lot of clients and their medical information. And so we want to keep their information and their identities protected. We want to protect everyone's privacy. And so this is really making sure that we are HIPAA compliant. We don't have any more of those pesky route sheets with names, addresses, phone numbers floating around out there. But this also helps us protect your information. We want to make sure that you can contact our clients out on delivery if you need to without having to share your personal cell phone. Right? So that is a really, really great perk. My absolute favorite thing I think about this is that we are going paperless. That's exciting. So many people have expressed that concern to us over the past several years. We use a lot of paper, we're printing off all those maps, and fewer and fewer and fewer people are actually using those maps. And so this is a really exciting way for us to be a little bit more green. There's going to be some really easy and private communication within the app. Everything is done within there. If you've got to call the client or text them, you can just tap a button and it'll connect you. You can communicate with us, so it's really, really slick that way. We'll be able to provide you some live updates. How many times have we been on a route and someone say is canceled and we have to call you and sometimes it's too late? This will allow us to provide some of those updates immediately right in the app. This process is really going to help Open Arms save a lot of time, because right now the routing process, I'm sure many of you know Scott and Tony and those awesome folks on our logistics team, and right now they are putting in several hours a week just to do those routing, that routing and those maps on paper. And so this is really going to save us many hours of time. And because this is a very intuitive system, it's going to really help us route the most efficient routes, maybe save on some fuel costs. So that's pretty cool. So those are just some of the perks that we have with Onfleet, and we'll get into more as we continue to learn this software together. What we want to do is go ahead and share with you this intro video. It's about 4 minutes long. This is from Onfleet, so you'll know it doesn't really have the call in and open arms flair to it. So just pretend like it does. But this is going to give you a nice little introduction to what it looks like, etc. Do not feel like you have to memorize this information at all. It's just an opportunity for you to kind of see, and we'll chat a little bit about it when it's done. So, and also, just really quick, you'll notice in here we'll say tasks a lot. Every time you complete a task, a task, a task. What that means is that's referring to a stop. So think about a task being a client stop. All right. So with that, go ahead, Christina. Let's let it go.
In this video, you will learn how to download, sign in, and get started with your first task on the Onfleet Driver app. The Onfleet Driver app is by invite only, meaning you must be added as a driver by an organization to receive the download link and temporary password. For more information regarding driver screening, orientation, payroll information, scheduling, and support to all other driver operations, please contact your dispatcher team directly. Once an organization has added you as a driver, you will receive an SMS communication inviting you to download the Onfleet Driver app and sign in. Please note, if you have used Onfleet previously, you will not receive an invitation. You can sign in using your previous credentials and will then be able to view the invitation within the app. If you work for multiple organizations, you can switch between them by selecting the drop-down menu. Once you download the app, you will be asked to enter your phone number and a temporary password. Once you have entered the temporary password, you can then set a permanent password. After logging in, you can go on duty to view tasks or select settings to set your app preferences and your driver profile. Let's look at settings first. To access the settings page of the driver app, you can select the three vertical lines at the upper left corner. Once there, you will have the opportunity to adjust your name, phone number, profile picture, vehicle type, license plate number, vehicle color, and default navigation app. Under the Settings section, you can select your preferred navigation app. Make all desired changes and tap Done to save. You can also select Auto Advance to the next task for a streamlined workflow. This feature allows you to automatically queue up the next task on your list once you complete a task. Now that you have finished updating your settings to your preferences, you can view your task and start one. The task view has two options, List and Map View. You can switch views by selecting the icon on the upper right corner of the app screen. Tasks are assigned to you by your organization's dispatcher. Select a task to view more information, such as recipient name, task type, recipient notes, completion time, order notes, and any other information your company may have included. Once you are ready to start a task, hold the Hold to Start button at the bottom of the screen. You will need to hold down on this button for 3 seconds to be able to start a task. Up until then, you may cancel the task by releasing the button. Once you start a task, it has to be completed and either marked as succeeded or failed. Lastly, let's take a quick look at the Analytics and Chat function. You can review your personal task history via the Analytics tab located in the center of the bottom bar in the Onfleet Driver app. You do not have to be on duty to be able to view this information. The Analytics tab contains information that summarizes your historic deliveries based on the selected dates. This information includes a quick summary of time per task, distance per task, service time per task, the task completed within your specified time frame, task completion on time versus delayed, miles or kilometers driven, distance on duty, in transit versus idle, time on duty, in transit versus idle. The difference between in transit and idle is very simple. Onfleet considers in transit the time you spend while you are actively delivering on a task. In simple terms, when you select Start Task, you are considered in transit. The time you are on duty and not actively delivering for a task is considered idle. Once you have completed the tasks in your route, you can select Off Duty to go off duty. Thank you for watching, and make sure to check out the Onfleet Support Center for more helpful tutorials and articles.
Now, wasn't that just riveting? Right? I can tell you're all just super energized because of that. So let's just chat about a couple of things here really quick. Just so there might be a couple of differences that we're not entirely sure 100%. There might be a few minor changes depending on if you have an Apple or an iOS or if you have Android, but very, very few, so small changes. But that was kind of fast. So again, we just really wanted to make sure you see kind of what that app looks like, and what to expect. So you will receive a text message. We're gonna send out these invitations via text message, and only once you'll have to go ahead and click on that link, download the app, and you only have to do that once. So once you've got the app and you're all set up, it's just a matter of you logging in and going on duty when you are here to deliver. So we will likely get those messages and those invitations out, I would assume sometime next week, so you can all have some time to download that and update your preferences, etc. So more to come on that. I do want to spend a moment to talk a little bit about that wonderful survey that you all, or many of you, completed. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for providing your feedback. You gave us some really great, really candid feedback, and we're very appreciative of it. And it really helped us kind of figure out which direction we're going and how we want to roll this out. So one thing that we're really excited to say that I mentioned before is the vast majority of our volunteer drivers are really excited to go paperless. So that is very, very good. You will notice that we have phase 1 and phase 2 on here. We are going to focus on phase 1, and for right now, let's just not even, we don't want to think about what phase 2 might be, because we ourselves are not quite sure yet. We want to go ahead and roll this out and start simple, and we're going to kind of learn together all the benefits of this software, because we are not even sure yet all the wonderful things that Onfleet can do. We kind of want to see it in the works first before we consider making any other changes. So as of right now, our phase 1 is going to be starting on Thursday, January 30th. That's the first official day we are going live with Onfleet. So way to go, St. Paul drivers. You're going to be testing it out first before Minneapolis. And right now, I want to be very, very clear. As of right now, the only thing that is changing is we are going from paper route sheets to the Onfleet app. That is it. So how you register for routes on Volunteer Hub stays exactly the same. All of our current routes that we have stay exactly the same. They're going to be called exactly the same thing. So you won't see any other changes, except instead of using a route sheet, we're going to use the Onfleet app. And then, of course, it has all those wonderful benefits that you saw in that previous slide. And Jennifer, I see that hand. We're going to, if you want to hang tight for just a moment, because I just want to let everybody know we are in the process of serving our clients as well, just to make sure we're rolling all that information out. So we're going to get them all prepared, and we'd be happy to share some of that information as well, probably in about mid-February, once we get all that info from them. So that is where we're at right now.